I'm Nikki Woods, and welcome to the Level Up Podcast. This is where smart, successful, intuitive women like you get to enjoy candid conversations that I share with leading experts, celebrities, and influencers. They are here to help you and me transform in every area of our lives. We're going to learn, laugh, maybe cry, but definitely grow together. So whether it's health, wealth, healing, relationships, or any other uplifting topic, Level Up is laser focused on you leading your best life on your terms and inspiring other powerful women to do the same. So, are you ready to level up? All right, let's do it. Oh, let's get into it. Welcome to the inaugural episode of Level Up with Nikki Woods. That sounds so presidential. I started this podcast because I really wanted to talk with leading experts, celebrities, people who can give us the information that we need so that we could live our best lives. And that's not a social media slogan. I really want everybody to be the best that they can be in whatever that is. So we are going to talk about money. We're going to talk about love, health, fitness, all of that good stuff. And we have quite a show lined up for you today. We're going to talk about financial literacy and how mental health has an impact on financial wealth, as well as how working moms can stay fit and manage stress, all while inspiring their kids to do the same. I hope you'll enjoy and be inspired while listening to this episode of Level Up. Let's get into the conversation. All right, so we have a favorite person of mine and a friend of the show. Her name is Jasmine Young, and she is one of the business seasons of the year for you.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it is tax season. But you also have a lot of other stuff. But let's start with tax season, because I know in some states, like in Texas, they did extend the deadline until June 15th. Was that true for everybody?
Yes. So most states also extended their deadlines as well. All states did not extend their deadline to the same date. So depending on where you live, you will need to check with your state's Department of Revenue to see what is the actual date that they extended it to. I want to say, for instance, Alaska was one of the states whose date was a little bit different. So just depending on where you live, you definitely want to check that out. But every state did do an extension.
It's so funny because my oldest son filed taxes for the first time this year. And literally, it's been filed for a while because he was so excited.
Oh, wow.
Taxes. So I was like, hold on to that excitement, because it's not going to...
I was about to say, that's not going to last long.
He was so excited. Mom, it's going to hit my bank. Okay, it's going to hit your bank. It's going to be right there. He was just so excited.
Oh, my goodness. Wait until he sees the day where the refunds no longer come.
How do you get people ready for tax season? Because I know a lot of entrepreneurs have no idea what they should be doing, and they always wait, it seems, to the last minute to plan for it and to get prepared. How do you get your clients ready for tax season?
So we actually have what's called a tax stress relief program, where we do tax planning all year to alleviate, number one, the rush of tax season, trying to get everything together at one time, and then two, alleviate the surprise of, am I going to have to owe or am I going to get a refund? So we actually plan literally from January to December, and we're literally looking at clients' tax position. We're analyzing it to see, what was your tax position last year? Were there some opportunities that you missed on your last year's tax return that we can take advantage of? What are the new tax laws that are coming up that are going to affect you? And then let's take a look and see if you're withholding the right amount of taxes during the year. And if not, let's make the necessary adjustments so that when tax season does come, you already know what your tax position is going to be, whether you're trying to break even, get a refund, or if you like owing. Some people don't mind paying, taxes every tax season. But depending on what your goal is, we actually develop a strategy and we walk you through implementation of that strategy all year. So when year end comes in December, you know what tax forms you should be looking for in the mail. You know what to upload to your vault so that you can file your tax returns on time. You know what to expect. So that's what we do during the year. And it makes it so much easier, not only for the taxpayer, but for us as well, because we know what we should be looking for from you.
Yeah, because you don't have somebody like me coming through there like, what are we about to do? Because if you're looking for another dependent, I am willing to be adopted, because you seem like you have everybody's tax life in order.
Yeah, we get it together in January. So when December comes, we're wrapping up. We're waiting on our W-2s, 1099s, and everything else. Once it's here, hey, let's go ahead and get this filed.
Well, but also I know that is a part of what you do, and you've done this for a long time. I mean, you are at the top of your game, but financial literacy is a big part of that. I mean, a lot of people will just do your taxes and send you home, but they don't educate you about the process
Right.
along the way. And I know you've set up certain programs, including the stress relief program that I did not know about. You've been hiding that from me, Jasmine. But you set up certain programs for financial literacy. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So we have the Financial Literacy Institute, where we actually teach people about financial literacy throughout the year. And like you said, there are several people out there that do your taxes and just send you on your way. Whereas that's not something we do here. We do not file tax returns without sitting down and talking to you first. So that means sending you your return for you to review it, discussing with you what your tax position is, what things you can put in place for the next year, what you can expect for next year. Those are things that we talk about not only in your follow-up to your tax service with us, but we also discuss those things in our courses that are in Financial Literacy Institute, where you can actually sit down and take the courses to understand what taxes even, where does it even come from? Like, what are the formulas? How do different things play into whether or not you get a refund or not? What are the different filing statuses? What are the standard deductions going to be? We talk about all of that so that you can have a better understanding of why your tax position is what it is. And then we talk about, okay, do you like this tax position or not? If not, here's what you can do to change it. So we actually discuss strategy development and implementation in one of our courses on Financial Literacy Institute as well. So we do from A to Z. We're telling you what you can do about everything.
And so Jazz, I mean, and I don't know if you do or not, because we haven't talked about this, but as you're talking and I'm listening, I mean, this is something every person should have, if not when they're in high school, surely before they start working and getting a job.
Absolutely, because it helps you to understand what the money that you're getting in your paycheck. How did they even come up with that number? Where did all my money go? A lot of people, I've come across so many people that have filed exempt during the year, and then they come do their tax and it was like, oh my goodness, why do I owe? And I'm like, well, you went exempt all year, you didn't pay anything. So a lot of people don't understand the concept of income taxes. It's exactly what it is. It's tax on your income. So if you don't pay tax on your income during the year, you have to pay it come year end. So yes, it's very important for those high schoolers that are getting jobs. I actually just did a seminar with age group 10 to 18 where we talked about these, of course, in terms that they could understand, but they were very, very aware and knowledgeable of income taxes, number one, because the stimulus checks came out. So everybody knows about, where those stimulus checks came from, but it made it more relatable for them as to what is the purpose of income taxes and where they come from in the first place. So it's very, very important. The earlier you start learning about this information, the more it makes sense as you're progressing throughout your career as to how much money you're making and how much you're paying in taxes.
No, I've learned so much with just my oldest son. I mean, because even with us learning about credit, when I started, building his credit so he could, have a decent credit score and could start purchasing things on his own without me co-signing. I just showed him the difference. Like if you miss a payment, like what you would end up paying for a car, as opposed to if you you pay on time all the time, what your car note would be. And he was shocked, like the
big difference.
Big difference.
Yes, big difference.
And so it's like he feels so empowered now with he checks his credit score. He's like set up automatic stuff so that he doesn't have to worry about it. I mean, it really has been interesting to watch. And even when we started doing his taxes, like I wanted him to do them with me. I didn't want to just do them for him. So he could start to see the different things. But I've never even heard of a tax position.
And see, that's the thing. Most of the situations I've seen, especially within our community, is we do a lot for our children. And by the time it's time for them to do it, they don't know what to do because we've kept so much from them. Get them involved early on, even if it's start with budgeting. If you have a family budget meeting, which if you don't have one, you should, get your kids involved. Help them, let them understand why they can't have a PS5 right now. or in January. Look, Christmas just came. You can't get a PS5 right now. Tax season is coming. We got to pay taxes. We got to, the premium for the insurance is due. Those type of things help them understand sacrificing and prioritizing your essential and your non-essential expenses, so they can understand how they're able to live whatever life that you're providing for them. It's very important.
Absolutely. I think I started doing that when I was looking at transitioning into being an entrepreneur, because I was like, things are going to change. Like, we have got to look at what's going to be important and what happens if, one month is not as good as the next. But even it's just a responsibility that I think that people have to learn. And even with my kids, one of my girlfriends got mad at me because I invoice my kids every month. So, they've got to pay part of their phone bill. And it's not a lot, but it's important to me that they get used to
it's teaching them responsibility.
I mean, they've got jobs, so it's not like I'm just invoicing them. I mean, they have jobs, and they're making a decent amount of money. So they're not paying for the mortgage or anything, but their cell phones, my son's car insurance, they have to put some money on it. And I want them to get used to being financially responsible.
That's good that you're doing that. I think a lot of parents should do that instead of just giving to the child. Help them to understand, okay, I'm not just giving you an allowance every week for you to go blow it. You want to go out with your friends. Hey, you want a new phone? Here's what it's going to cost. You want a car at 16? Here's what it's going to cost. You need insurance. Those type of things help them understand how to be responsible, so that when they do go off to college or wherever they go off to, they have a basic foundation of what it means to be financially responsible and be financially literate. Very important. Kudos to you for that.
You know what? And I will take those kudos, because I was really proud of myself. And when I see,
Nikki,
when I see how mature they are about money-making decisions now, out of my control, I'm like, okay, this was the right thing. Because
it makes a big difference.
Yeah, I didn't get that. And I know I made a lot. I still make mistakes. And like I said, there's still things I don't know. So it's really important. All right. I know you got stuff to do because you got taxes, but before I let you go, I want to talk about your Black Wall Street event that you have coming up. Girl.
Yes.
David Banner. Girl. Juneteenth.
David Banner. Yes. So Black Wall Street, I'm so excited about it. This is our first post-COVID event. Black Wall Street. It is going to be a Black Business Expo. And we're basically allowing Black business owners to come in and basically exhibit their businesses. We're going to be talking about the importance of Black Wall Street. For those that don't know, this year actually commemorates the 100th year since Black Wall Street existed. So it's very monumental that we're doing this event this year. David Banner, he has a financial literacy platform similar to mine, and we're going to be talking along with some other celebrity guests that we will be mentioning later on as the event gets closer. But we're going to be talking about what we can do as a community to revive Black Wall Street. What's the difference between interdependence within our community and independence? We're going to be talking about the Black dollar. How can we get the value of the Black dollar back? What's the power of the Black dollar? What should we be doing with it? We're going to be talking about the wealth gap and everything that has played a factor into the wealth gap, to include social injustice. I know right now a lot of people are probably watching the Derek Chauvin trial that's going on. They're going to be releasing the verdict if they haven't already. And that plays a factor into the wealth gap and the financial health of our community, because Black Wall Street, for those that don't know, back then, that was a prominent Black community. They had 600 businesses, churches, grocery stores. They had a bank. They had a school system. They had a hospital, 6 private planes. I mean, it was a very interdependent community. And we were thriving back then. And unfortunately, because of racial issues, it was destroyed. And we have not regained.
It was racial hate. There weren't issues. I mean,
for the lack of a better word, there were racial problems.
Yeah, it was I just get so bad thinking about it. But and we talked about this before, and I just want to leave people with the statistic, because most people don't know that usually when Black people make money, they take their money and they spend it with other people outside of the Black community. But Black Wall Street, I mean, literally was like 80% of their money like stayed in the Black community.
Yes, it did.
Amazing.
Right. Back then, I want to say it circulated over, I want to say it was like over 30 times before it left the community.
So that's
whereas now
going to 30 different businesses or paying 30 different people of color in their community, supporting these businesses.
Before it left the community. And yes, compared to today where our dollar circulates for 6 hours before it leaves our community. A very, very, very big difference. So we want to get back to that because at that time, Black people, we were considered wealthy back then. And we just have not been able to regain our independence since the destruction of Black Wall Street. So I'm so excited to be sitting down with David Banner to talk about how we can revive Black Wall Street. I think we're on the path to it, especially since COVID hit. A lot of business owners were birthed because of COVID. And I feel like right now is the perfect time for us to have this discussion to say, hey, since we're getting these Black business owners back, let's recreate what we already had. We know that it's possible because it already existed. We just need to revive it. So we're definitely going to be talking about that. It's going to be a lot of different businesses. We've gotten over 55 businesses applications for the event. So ranging from so many different industries, herbal products to candles to photography. There is one is a Christian school. A lot of different businesses from all areas, not just here in Atlanta. So we are very, very excited about that. For anybody that is interested in the event, you definitely want to get your tickets because it will definitely sell out. And those tickets are actually available online right now at blackwallstreetATL2021.eventbrite.com.
Awesome. And if you need information about taxes before you get to Black Wall Street, to make sure that we get those.
Before you get to Black Wall Street, yes, you can contact me. Yeah.
SouthernTaxPrep.com. And you can also follow Jasmine on social media at Your Family CPA. Jasmine, I always love having you here, so we will have you back again. Thank you so much.
No problem. You're welcome anytime.
I'm Nikki Woods, and you are listening to Level Up. I would love your feedback on today's show, or if you have a topic or guest suggestion, you can email me at info@levelupwithnikkywoods.com. I also hope to meet you in the social media streets. You can connect with me on Facebook at The Nikki Woods, and then on Twitter and Instagram at Nikki Woods. Now we get to talk to Jackie Madison, who is a NESTA certified weight management specialist and has worked in the medical industry for more than 20 years. It is in the medical industry that she realized her passion for helping people achieve their own personal healthy lifestyle. Now, Jackie's purpose and passion in life is to motivate fabulous glamour girls everywhere to improve their overall health and fitness for lasting lifestyle changes, which is what we all want, right?
Right.
We want to change the lifestyle, but we also want it to last.
Well, Ms. Nikki, thank you so much, first of all, for having me on. NESTA, of course, is the acronym for the National Education of Sports Trainers Association. So that's what the NESTA stands for, and that's who I got my certification through as a lifestyle and weight management specialist. And for your listeners or people that are watching, what that is I am a coach. I am a certified lifestyle and weight management coach. So what I do is I coach, I motivate, I inspire women to lose weight if that is their goal. And as you know, for us, some of us are busy moms, busy wives, busy managers. It's based on our lifestyle because you know what works for me is not going to work for you. And so I kind of get with the ladies and we talk about your lifestyle and we kind of find ways on how we can be healthy and lose weight, doing all at the same time while juggling all those hats.
And so what tips do you have? I mean, I remember there were days that I couldn't even say exercise. I didn't have enough time. And being a mother and a working woman and a demanding job and still trying to, have a life outside of all of those things. How do you help women fit it in and make it, I think, fun enough so that we can make it a lifestyle and not just something else we have to do?
You know, I am so glad you asked that question because I don't know if you noticed, I'm wearing a different hat today, right? I'm not wearing the lifestyle and weight management hat. I happen to be at work, the regular 9 to 5, and I do the lifestyle and weight management for my clients in the office, which I am an administrator. I manage a plastic surgery office full time. I've been doing that for the past 21 years, along with my passion, right?
Mhm.
And we were just talking about how do we get this in because we're so busy, right? So I'm at work right now and I'm talking to you in another room and I'm smiling, right? I'm laughing, but I'm so tired. Nikki, I am so tired. I was like that yesterday, but I went home. I made no excuses, right? Because there's only so much time in the day, right? But when it comes to our health, we can't make excuses for that. And even when you're tired, you have to talk yourself through it. So when you ask me, how do we do this, right? I talk myself. So when I get in my car versus I'm saying, I'm so tired. I said, you know what? I might be tired, but I'm gonna work out anyway. Because I know that once I finish doing this, this is something I'm doing from my heart. That's gonna make me feel healthy. And at the end of the day or the end of the night, I'm gonna go to bed feeling like, you know what? I did something for myself, no matter how tired I was. And I did that last night. And I sat on the couch and I told my husband, he said, you're a trooper. This was like 10 o'clock, and he's like, you're a trooper. And I said, you know what? But I feel good. I said, man, I did that thing. So this is what you have to tell yourself, that you're doing it for you. And then even though you may feel like you're tired, you said, I'm doing this for me. And I promise you, it's just like anything else. It's that feeling of accomplishment. You got to kind of talk yourself through it.
I love that. And I'm really curious because, there's always this debate. And if this is none of our business, our collective business, you can tell me. But
Yes.
working in an office where plastic surgery is a thing, and I'm sure I'm not sure, but they probably do some cosmetic surgery for people who, want to whatever. How do you match that up with being a weight management coach? Is there any?
Yeah, it's so interesting because one of the things that we kind of talked about was in this field, and this is how I got started. In our field, a lot of people come in and they feel like surgery is the answer for their weight loss, when in actuality, it is not. Um, a lot of times, you may have to lose weight prior to surgery to have the best results that you want. But here's the other thing that we do, and what I love about what I'm doing is that once you're done with the surgery, we say it all the time that you can actually eat your way through what the doctor's already done. And people think that it's just the answer for weight loss when it's not. And you'll be surprised that patients, like I said, I've been doing this for 21 years, that will come back the year after, the next after that. They want more liposuction, right?
Mhm.
Because they did not adjust their eating habits. And so that's where I come in as a lifestyle and weight management specialist. And I talk to all my clients. And when they finish with their surgery, we give them an eating plan to help them maintain their results. And then we also offer them some some personal training services because we counsel them afterwards. That's the one thing that we do different than I know probably a lot of other surgeons don't do.
Yeah.
But that's what I love. And especially too, Nikki, we're talking here about in our community, right? Especially for the African American community, majority of us are already overweight, suffering from high blood pressure, diabetes, things like that. So I'm counseling them at the same time. And my patients love it and they come back and see us because we're providing them something that is going to help them.
Yeah, and what? It just made me think because mindset has got to be a big part of it as well. Because I know at least 3 people who have had, what are the weight loss surgery
Yep.
and not lost a pound, and not lost a pound.
Yeah, and it's not funny. I'm laughing or smiling, but you're absolutely correct. You're correct because it is very serious what we're talking about. But they've spent a lot of money on this surgery, and you're right, and they've not lost a pound. And so now you see why it's important for what I do as a lifestyle and weight management specialist because you got to change your lifestyle in order to be able to sustain what you put your money into.
But talk to me a little bit about the mindset of it as well, because I think so many of us we just look at it as a quick fix. So we don't even look at it as, this long-term, let me love myself so I treat myself better and make it a lifestyle. This is just, I want to be skinny now, and this is the quickest way to do it, or I don't want to die, and this is what the doctor says I should do.
Right.
But there's no benefit to it because they don't change anything else.
That is correct. And that's why, like you said, my service is so important as a lifestyle and weight management specialist, because I counsel them. I motivate them that on this journey, it has to be all in your mind. You have to already make up in your mind, okay, and we'll say this, once you start with your surgery, it doesn't just stop there. You have to already go into it. And that's the one thing about the surgeon that I work for, that we talk about and we counsel the patients on, is that I can't want this for you. You have to really want it for yourself. So we're saying, I may see you again next year if you don't change the mindset. You got to already want to know. And so he'll refer them to me. Go talk to Jackie. She has a great eating plan. This is something that is you want to be able to sustain for a lifestyle. Otherwise, we're going to see you year after year. And then you're now frustrated and you've not changed anything in regards to your lifestyle. And you've, again, wasted your money. 2, you've not done anything in regards to your health. Aesthetics wise, you may have for a little while, but then at the end of the day, it's like, now I'm back to that not feeling good about myself inside and out again. And that's why I love what I do, because one thing I can say as a lifestyle and weight management specialist, there is nothing tastes better than being healthy and fit.
And I appreciate you. And I just want to say, because I know how it is when you have a bubbly, upbeat personality. And I think that is who you are, whether you're being serious or not. So we know that you were not making light of any of this, because you see how it affects people every day. So I know that's who you are and not what you thought of the situation. So, but I love you, and I want to have you back, because we still need to talk about certain routines for working moms and staying fit.
And Miss Nikki, you said something. I got to interrupt you there.
Okay.
It's because I'm passionate. That's my passion. I light up when I talk about this because it is so important. And sometimes, like you said, my expressions will change because this is very serious. Mm-hmm. And that's why I love what I do, because I want to reach as many women as I possibly can. That busy wife, that busy mom, that busy manager. For my business, it is Glamour Girl Fitness. I have a nonprofit, Ms. Woods. It's called glamourgirlfitness.org. And our signature program is our Mommy and Me program. It's called a Time Out for Fitness. I have a little partner. I work out with my daughter. She is 9 years old. And what we do is we tell our busy moms, we tell them, because most of the time I'm busy with the kids. We say, we don't make excuses. What we do is we make it fun. And so we make it a family affair. And that's what our message is. That's what glamourgirlfitness.org does, is that we make sure we get the whole family involved, because it is a very serious matter. But at the same time, like you said, who wants to exercise when you're tired? So that's why we say, you don't have to feel like this is a chore that you're doing. Right. You remember, you're doing it for yourself. And we want you to realize that it can be fun. And especially when you get the kids involved, we make it a game. We make it fun. And that's what we did last night. We went walking. We did hopscotch during the walk and jumped back while we were walking the neighborhood. So I want everybody to know, you can go to glamourgirlfitness.org. That's our nonprofit organization where we are out in the community and we're spreading that message of family, fun, and fitness.
Well, I am already in love with you. So I appreciate you have such great energy, and we can see your passion. And I can tell you that there's so many people out here that need what you have. And so I'm so glad that you answered the call and you continue to take it up year after year. And so she gave you the website. It's glamourgirlfitness.org, but you can also connect with Jackie on social media at Get Fit Glamour Girl Style. And I love it. I love it. So we will definitely have you back, but I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much again for having me, and I can't wait to come back again.
Absolutely. All right, well, I'm ready to run a marathon and file my taxes after today's episode of Level Up. I'm your host, Nikki Woods, and I hope you have found something that will motivate you to make a difference in your life or someone else's as well. Be sure to subscribe and rate us on Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. And while you're there, please subscribe, rate, comment, and then share with your friends. Also connect with me at The Nikki Woods and on Twitter and Instagram at Nikki Woods. I have a free gift just waiting for you on the website. So definitely go check that out and get your goodie from me. The website is levelupwithnikkywoods.com. Thanks again for listening, and I will see you next time.